Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am here in the location I alluded to in one of my previous videos, kind of the little teaser. We are at Woodcraft in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I am here with John.
Hello.
So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a kind of a tutorial on resin pouring along with wood in one of these molds. So this is the Jess Crow mold that I alluded to in the other video that was actually sent to me by Ahonui Artisans out of Texas. I appreciate the gesture there, sending me the molds. They sent me this mold and some coaster molds. Hopefully I'll have some videos of those later. We're going to be using Total Boat. This is Total Boat's thick set. It's going to be a 3-to-1 ratio mix. We're going to be making basically a charcuterie board. It's probably going to be close to 1 inch thick. The wood we're using is actually going to be canary wood. It's actually a very beautiful wood. If you're not familiar with it, you'll get to see some of that in the process. Stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to let you know a little secret about what we're doing here and what we're going to be doing at the end, and might be some stuff being given away. So make sure you stick around. This is not currently a class that is offered at this location. That's why we're kind of doing it this way. However, they do offer many classes. John, you want to go over those?
So we offer woodworking fundamentals, a furniture making class, some cabinet making classes, turning classes, scroll saw classes, CNC classes, wood burning, and knife making classes.
So going to leave a link in the description to the store's website as well as the phone number. Go on there, look at the website, look at all the classes they offer. If you want to sign up for one of their classes, you're in the Chattanooga area or in the Nashville area as well, sign up, give them a call, sign up for their classes. Great bunch of guys here teaching, so you'll have a lot of fun. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so one of the first things we're going to do is cut these boards down to size, get a chance to use the Capex battery operated. I'm excited. I can't afford one of these in my shop, so we get to play with it here. So John's going to do most of the work. He volunteered no matter what he tells you. I think he does make me do some work here in just a few minutes, but these molds are 18.5 inches long, so we're going to go ahead and cut this canary wood down. Wanted to go with kind of a, not a river, but a live edge look to it. So we're going to cut these down to length, and then we're going to go over to the bandsaw and basically cut them down the middle, sort of. You don't have to be super accurate on this. This is where John put me to work and said I needed to do something, so I'm going to go ahead and clean the bark off. This is just a rotary disc with 40 grit sandpaper. Works pretty good with this this simple live edge. We did the other side, but yeah, just you can get a rough estimate of what you're wanting, how much wood you're wanting, as opposed to resin. It's kind of what we did here, and then take it over the bandsaw. It does not have to be perfectly straight. We're going to run this thing through the jointer to get us a straight edge, but it doesn't have to be a square edge, just as long as it's straight, because it actually kind of gives it some character when the resin's not actually straight. You'll see that kind of towards the end. But we're going to just go ahead and cut this in half. Then we're going to go from here. We're going to move over to this helical head Powermatic jointer. We're just going to joint this edge and just get it nice and flat, so we'll have a good reference point for the side of the mold. We're not going to be taking off a ton of material at a time. Get it set pretty shallow. Basically, we just want to make sure we really just get this edge flat. So it can rest up against the mold. The molds, again, were sent to me by Ahonui Artisans. This is actually a mold that was sent to the store. These are molds you can actually pick up in the woodcraft stores now. This is the Jess Crow mold. Excellent molds. You can see they're pretty easy to deal with here. Just some screws or bolt heads put in there. You've got some blocks. All of this comes with each of the molds. Help hold your wood down. Super, super easy to use molds. Reach out to Keith over at Ohonui Artisans. Look at some of his posts on Instagram, and you can kind of see what they've got going on. Go over to your local Woodcraft and pick you up a set of these molds. This is the 18.5 by 8-ish, I believe. I don't remember the exact measurements. So we're using Total Bulk thick set here. This is a 3-to-1 mixture. Of course, we calculated it out. Just get your average measurement over the length of your board, and then you'll multiply that by the length, the width, and the depth. You can stick it in any resin calculator, and it'll kind of give you the ounces. So we're going to mix this up in basically 3 batches. Didn't want to mix up a ton at one time, although you got a pretty good bit of working time with this Total Bulk 3-to-1 mixture. But going to mix them all up separate, and then we're going to pour them all together into a larger container just for the pour. Going to go ahead and mix the color in, get that going, and then pour it into a separate container as well. Of course, here's what everybody loves seeing. Very satisfying to pour this resin. Like I said, this is roughly an inch thick. This Total Bulk thick set is also available at Woodcraft for you to purchase. This 3-to-1 mixture is good for up to an inch thick max. So we're just under an inch here, so this should be completely fine as far as being able to cure, not causing any cracks, not causing it to gel up. So here we go. Next thing we want to do is there's going to immediately be some bubbles. We didn't put this in a vacuum chamber or anything, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to use a torch here just to kind of go underneath, pop the bubbles next to the wood. Didn't seal this live edge like I normally do on my my boards as well as my tables, but this one worked out pretty well. You can see here, it looks like it's pretty much ready to go. So what we're going to do is, of course, we're going to have to come back probably in a day or so. Ended up being here. We are back, and it's a little over a week later before I could get back up to the store and finish filming this video. But here we are. We are completely cured. So we're going to demold this. Super easy to demold these molds. Basically, all you need is a Phillips head driver, drill driver, impact driver, or regular screwdriver will work just fine. Just take you a little longer. You basically want to take all the screws out of it. It makes it easier to deal with. You could just take the face off and break it loose on the sides and maybe pry it out, but I like to clean it between each time because you got mold release in there, so it's easier just to go ahead and take it all apart. Get your screwdriver. Just be really careful, don't damage the mold itself, and pop it loose. Next thing we're going to do is come over here to the Powermatic planer they have. Just do a few passes through here just to get it evened out. Like I said, the board itself was right at an inch thick. We want to be just under that inch thick with the resin, so we're going to have to do a little bit of planing. Go ahead and do the top side, get it good and ready to go, and then we're going to quickly do the one pass on the bottom side. Usually works pretty good. Come over here to the table saw. We're just going to go ahead and square up one side here, get that little bit of resin trimmed off so we can expose the wood. Come over and cross cut to our final length. We get to use a Festool K-Pex again. I'm super excited about that. Maybe I can talk them into giving me one. Anyway, so I like to put bevels on my charcuterie boards of this nature just because it makes it easier to lift up. You don't have to put handles on it or anything. So we basically take this over to anywhere between a 40 and 45 degree bevel is completely fine. We're going to do that here. Grip on there so you can so you can lift it up pretty easy off of any kind of surface. Pretty much after we get this trimmed up, the last thing we really have to do is do the sanding. Show you a quick little clip of it, but nobody really wants to sit here and watch us sand all this. So again, check out your local woodcraft store. You can find most of the equipment we used here there. You can find the resin, you can find the wood, as well as the molds. So check out your local store. Okay, everybody, that was the process. I hope you were able to take something away from this and maybe learned a thing or two. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comment. This is our finished product. Nice little bevels on the back. So what we ended up doing is we wound up making 2 of these. I actually made one at my house. We made this one here. So we're actually going to be giving away both of these boards. One of the boards is going to be given away on this channel. I'll announce that later, probably in the next couple of weeks, how to enter that contest. Also, keep an eye out on Woodcraft of Chattanooga's website, and if you're in the Chattanooga area, stop by, because the other board we're going to be giving away here at the store. So looking forward to doing that. Don't forget, we're almost at 500. We're about to be giving away a Festool ETS 125 sander. Hopefully very soon, so definitely stick around and come back for that. That's all I got. You got anything, John?
Or their Facebook page.
There you go. Yeah, visit their Facebook page. They're probably going to announce things like this. I mentioned in the beginning of the video they don't currently offer this type of class. However, during the process of recording this and editing and getting back, we've had some discussions, and there's a good possibility, might even be me teaching a class similar to this, but we're definitely going to have some classes coming up. So definitely check the website and Facebook page. All right, see you in the next video.
See you later.